Stardew Valley has become a staple of the farming sim community for quite a few years now. The game's wide appeal has made it worth getting a recent 1.6 update, making the valley even bigger and better than ever before. With 1.6 now fully released, plus a few update patches, you can't help but wonder, will we ever see a Stardew Valley 1.7? And what would it even look like? This video is mostly speculation, but it's quite fun to wonder what the future might bring, and hopefully it's entertaining as well. So if you do enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Ezlilyy, and let me know your favorite 1.7 theories in the comments below. We can definitely expect more patches in the coming months, with little bits of new content and quality of life upgrades. 1.7 itself is not certainly in the books yet, but could start to take shape before we know it. Concerned Ape has a history of surprising us with major updates. He'll likely be turning attention over to Haunted Chocolatier, but will this last until the game's eventual release? He likely won't release 1.7 until it can rival the past two versions in size. Remember, in 1.5 we got Ginger Island, and 1.6 a ton of new festivals and other content additions. If we're talking literal expansion, it might be interesting to travel across the seas and maintain a farm with strange new crops in a foreign countryside. There could even be new characters or tourists visiting the valley every now and then. Personally, I think it's more likely that 1.7 would come out after Haunted Chocolatier, with a few of its best elements added to the valley perhaps? With Stardew Valley still being incredibly popular at the moment, it seems inevitable that more ideas and additions will follow someday. Little is really known about the world of Pelican Town, since its residents are more concerned with their day-to-day needs and activities. Then of course there's the time where Concerned Ape said he was done for good and then turned around and dropped 1.6. Besides, I saw him mentioning in a recent interview he doesn't want to close the book on Stardew Valley just yet. Come to think of it, each update has introduced new features, quality of life improvements, and fresh content for players to enjoy, while Stardew Valley has only grown richer over time. Now, if we're actually trying to pin down a release date, which is pretty ambitious, you might be thinking along the lines of 2027 or 8. But grab a quick breath of copium and just hear me out. Around this time next year, on 26 February, Stardew Valley will be celebrating its 10-year anniversary. Of course, this isn't to say there will be any content released for this occasion, but I'd be a little surprised if there isn't a patch or something. Just thinking of this gives me a warm feeling. Can you believe it's almost been 10 years already? There are truly few games, especially indie games, that still have such a committed fanbase and developer after so many years. I definitely won't be disappointed in the least if the 10-year mark quietly comes and goes. I'll celebrate it like usual with a stream or two. It might even be the start of a new 100-day series, who knows? The Stardew Valley community is incredibly passionate. I can't wait to see farmers everywhere celebrate in unique ways, be it artwork, stories, gameplay challenges, or fresh mods. Some of the latest updates brought a new favorite existing mod to console and mobile farmers. The Stardew Valley's modern community has been updating more and more existing mods to 1.6 on PC, and I can't wait to see what new mods they dream up before the next official release. Haunted Chocolatier is expected to be Concerned Ape's next release. I've got a video ready to go about this one as soon as we get a little bit more news, so expect that in the near future. For now, I won't say too much about this one, besides that the hype is gonna go insane at some point soon. It can be said that Stardew Valley focuses more on living off the land and building relationships alongside your farm. Haunted Chocolatier might present us with a more magical and adventurous world, with new mechanics, tools, and machines too, of course. After making a fresh new world, it makes sense that Concerned Ape would want to dedicate time to perfecting it before returning to Stardew. But who knows, maybe he'll take a break and return to the valley first. it feels like a good time to point out that I'm in no way looking to rush our dearest developer and his team. Nor am I trying to list things we have to see in the future. I'm just using the little info we have so far with my own imagination. My real objective with these videos are to get everyone excited for future cozy releases and get your opinions as we get more information. So with that all being said, I do have a tiny list of things I'd love to see in the future patch or even the mythical 1.7 update. I'd love to see more storage space for carrying around items. Perhaps there could be a way to pick up a chest while it's full. After 1.6 dropped, the valley is practically bursting with different items, and even with a fully upgraded backpack, you'll still end up running out of space in the late game. This can be worked around by placing chests at useful spots, but at the least, I would love a bigger fridge. After a good year, you want to be able to store enough food to last a long time. New building designs and animal breeds would be very welcome too. Having new looking buildings might seem minor, but any decorator will tell you otherwise. New animal types will also help, since I want to be able to literally cover my farm in pets and animals. Now, I don't want to do that, but I would like to be able to. Trees also add a ton to a farm's layout and decoration, so another tree or two for each season would bring a lot of extra color to the farm. There are of course more animals and fish that could fill the farm's enclosures and fish ponds. These are quite trivial expansions, but they give greater freedom when deciding what your farm will produce. Then there's the possibility of more quests and even story events after finishing up the community center. Also, what if you could build an elevator down into the caverns? It could maintain a hardcore element by magically disappearing at the end of a year or season. It feels right to be able to adopt jazz, and for most of the other townsfolk, it does sometimes feel like their stories could be so much more. You learn more about a character by gifting and eventually befriending them. But imagine if you could see these characters evolve and deepen their relationships with each other too. It would surely make the farmer feel less of a main character and more of a newcomer to see life in the valley move in front of our eyes. There is a really cool roguelike mod that adds randomly generated dungeons to battle through, along with a few bosses as well. This might actually happen since we've seen there will be boss fights in Haunted Chocolatier. Besides cool boss designs, I would be most excited to hear new music. These are just a few examples. Stardew Valley is a perfect blend of customization, gameplay challenges, and unfettered farming fun. It is a system that has so much nuance already, and still lots of potential for expansion. Of course, there's a possibility that we never get a Stardew Valley 1.7. Maybe we never learn the next act in the lives of our dear townsfolk. Instead, what if we re-enter the valley one generation later in Stardew Valley 2? Unlikely, yes, but completely something I would play without a second's hesitation. So, will we get a Stardew Valley 1.7 update? Only time will tell. If this does happen, what would you like to see in a future update? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Stardew Valley content. Thanks for watching and happy farming!